In this video, we'll be taking a look at 6 NBA matchups, and I'll break them all down with free winning picks so you can bet smarter and win bigger. But first, smash that subscribe button and ring the bell so you get our picks the second they drop, because when the lines move, the early birds cash in. And if you want the full winning sport picks experience, head over to wspicks.com and check out our VIP packages, or grab a free consultation with one of our professional sports consultants for the sharpest edge you'll find anywhere. That's where the real plays live. We are your bookmaker's worst nightmare. These are the games we're hammering, the ones the books can't afford you to bet. This is Winning Sport Picks. The free picks are about to drop, and they're coming in hot. Let's start with Toronto and Brooklyn, a matchup that always finds a way to get weird. Brooklyn is laying +9 in some spots, and Toronto is getting -9. And anytime you see a split of perception that big, you're dealing with a psychological line more than a statistical line. Toronto's inconsistency forces bettors to pick a side identity rather than a matchup, while Brooklyn usually thrives when they can dictate tempo with spacing and pressure. The money line tells a story too. Toronto at -450 and Brooklyn at +350 says bookmakers believe Toronto wins far more often than they cover. The total around over 233.5 and under 233.5 is a classic inflated NBA number, begging the casuals to hit the over. I'm rolling with Brooklyn +9, and I like under 233.5 because both teams shrink their pace late in tight spreads. Now let's move to Memphis and New York, where Memphis is catching +10.5 and New York is laying -9 depending on your book. This is a number designed to punish indecision. The market respects New York's defense and home advantage, but Memphis always has those games where they dictate physical tempo and turn the final score into a crawl. New York's money line at -405 is essentially a power ranking admission. They're the better team, but not necessarily the best cover team. The total at over 233.5 and under 233.5 is one of the most important tells. These teams trend under in games where the spread is past 9 points because the trailing team usually melts clock hunting for good looks rather than pushing pace. I'm taking Memphis +10.5, and I'm leaning under 233.5. Sliding into Boston and Philadelphia, one of the most bet-on matchups every time they meet. Boston is laying -2.5, Philadelphia is getting +1.5, and the money lines at -120 and -134 tell you the books genuinely have no clue who wins. That's a near coin flip disguised inside a 2-possession spread. Historically, when Boston enters these near pick'em lines, they lean heavily into half-court control and defensive execution, slowing pace more than usual. The total around over 231.5 and under 231.5 smells like a trap for over bettors because this rivalry traditionally turns heavy and physical. I'm rolling with Boston -2.5, and I like under 231.5. Now let's talk Warriors and Thunder, one of the purest pace battles in the NBA. Golden State is catching +7.5, Oklahoma City is laying -7.5, and sharp bettors circle these kinds of spreads like hawks because the Warriors, despite volatility, rarely fold early. Oklahoma City's money line at -320 is a respect line, not a dominance line. The total around over 226.5 and under 227 is suspiciously low considering the reputations of both offenses. When the books hang a total that low in a Warriors game, they're predicting efficiency drops, long possessions, and fewer transition points. I'm taking Golden State +7.5, and I'm leaning under 227. Next up, Indiana and Utah, a matchup with one of the most deceptive spreads of the night. Indiana is laying -1, Utah is catching +1.5, and the market clearly believes Indiana has the cleaner late game execution. Utah thrives in home variance spots, but spreads under 2 points often come down to which team generates more clean second half possessions, and Indiana's system favors that style. The total at over 228.5 and under 230 is a pace blend. The number is high enough to lure for the public but structured around Utah's slower tendencies. I'm taking Indiana -1, and I'm grabbing under 230. Finally, Denver and Sacramento, a matchup odds makers love to price sharply. Denver is laying -8.5. Sacramento is catching +8.5, and this number is screaming warning signals. When Denver is listed under double digits against a team with Sacramento's pace, it means bookmakers expect Sacramento to keep the possessions close even without winning. Denver's money line at -300 suggests they win comfortably, but the spread leans toward backdoor opportunities. The total around over 239.5 and under 240 is a massive danger zone because when games have such high ceilings, the first quarter often dictates everything. I'm rolling with Sacramento +8.5, and I like under 240. Now listen to me, those are the free picks, but the one game I am unloading on tonight, the game that's going to crush your bookie's soul, that's the VIP play of the day at WSPicks.com. This is the nuke, the hammer, the max bet, the one play I've circled, the game that will bury your bookmaker 6 feet under. When it hits, and it will, your bookie is going to need a doctor, a lawyer, and maybe even a priest. If you want to ride with me on the biggest bet of the day, get to WSPicks.com right now. Quick recap of the picks: Brooklyn +9 and under 2, 33.5. Memphis +10.5 and under 2, 33.5. Boston -2.5 and under 2, 31.5. Golden State +7.5 and under 2, 27. Indiana -1 and under 230, and Sacramento +8.5 with under 240. This is Winning Sport Picks, where we don't just bet, we bury bookmakers. Smash that subscribe button, drop your favorite plays in the comments, and hammer that like button like you're hammering your bookie into the dirt. We're cashing, we're dominating, and tonight we're dancing on the grave of your bookmaker. Let's go!